matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
On 2nd and 9, Newton, and he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zach Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Zach Brown, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So possession goes over here on the punt. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Wentz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Now Howard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey. Touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 21 carries, 129 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key in there.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go, D.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I got one. Check 99. Check 99.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be. It's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's Wentz to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Newton. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And now he'll tuck it and run. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start with an NFC matchup down in the Superdome. Washington taking on New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Sony Michel, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. Spins away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. To throw is Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Newton. He finds Dorsett. It's complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And able to find Dorsett. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now Newton on first down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Newton going to hand it off. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. From the gun on third down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They snap it to Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They go with Howard again. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, now they'll try the end around. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw. Howard. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it. and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Eagles, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.